Salvete Omnes, this is the Martian Geek, and welcome back to another episode of Mega Man 11. In the last episode, we did Blockman stage and got a cutscene and the Rush Jet. So now let's go for Acid Man. This stage is mostly fairly easy, but there are a couple rooms that can trip you up, and one jump in particular. Kind of a neat stage though. This serves as the water stage of the game, but a lot of it is not actually underwater. We have the return of the spiders. Maybe this is supposed to be our introduction to them. Oh, Acid Man just floated by in the background. So here's the main gimmick of the stage. These syringe bots. They shoot blobs of acid that change the color of these water pits. It'll go from blue to yellow, and then red, and then green. And if it gets to green, it damages you when you touch it. Hey, we have shield attackers. I forgot those were in this game. Let's blur the spiders all the way over to the left here. Not enough to see the little ones without the big one. And now we're underwater, and there's a current. Now you might think this kind of thing would be an enormous pain in the butt, but fortunately most of this area is pretty open. We have some enemies floating by that die in one hit because they're strapped, and also die to the spikes. Incidentally, I think this is the first stage we've seen with spikes, and they kill you just as effectively as they do the junk bots. I don't know what these things are supposed to be. Some sort of, like, washing bot, it looks like. The water's blue for now, but that'll change later. I may have made a mistake. Be very, very careful not to let the current push you into the spikes. Everyone out of the pool. And we have Sniper Joes. They're as annoying as ever. At least in terms of their ability to waste your time. Moving on. Here the water starts out already yellow. And nobody wants to get in yellow water. That one just turned red. And now it's green and fully acidic enough to be harmful. Fortunately, you can shoot the acid blobs before they land. I like the music in this stage, too. Alright, second underwater section. And the water's already yellow here, too. You might be noticing a pattern. Spike placements are a bit trickier. Not as tricky as they look, but... Ow. Yeah, screw that enemy. Well, I do want that one up. And there's no current in this room. So that's not too hard to get. Just carefully make our way down. As usual, it's a water stage in a Mega Man game, so there are a lot of death spikes, and you can jump higher. The stage also has a mini-boss, this weird thing. Basically a supersized version of the little scrubbing bots that we saw earlier. You can shoot them, but the pink ones take more hits. Probably should have slid under that. Okay, this is not a hard mini-boss. Why am I taking so much damage from it? I suppose one thing I can do here is just stand in the corner and shoot everything that comes by with turbo. Not sure if you can still damage the boss while it's doing the spin move. Yeah, see, that's all I had to do. Don't bother trying to jump over it when it's in the middle of the room like that. And it's dead. So we don't have to worry about it unless I die to Acid Man. Or spikes, or whatever the case may be. Now we go through the small intestine. And now we're fighting the current. Now the problem with the floating... Frickin' heck. Good thing I just got a checkpoint. The problem with the floating enemies is they're kind of random. So they can mess up your jumps. Might be best to just jump first and worry about the debris later. Anyway, out of the second water section. And now the water's already red. One blob of acid and it'll be deadly. Or at least dangerous. We also have these platforms. Chocolate Island tree, anyone? Oh. Well, that's unfortunate. At least one thing about once the water turns to acid is they can't make it any more dangerous after that. And it kills the enemies too. At least we can't hit that one, but at this point it doesn't really matter. Oh, maybe it does. Dang it. Oh, you jerk. You jumped. And time for the third underwater section. Yeah, single tile wide jumps over death spikes with the current against you. That's a problem. And this is the jump I was talking about. That one jump. You're probably supposed to use the speed gear here, but you can do it without. You just have to be very, very careful about your timing. Okay, I did it. Phew. I really hope I don't die after this before hitting a checkpoint. Because that jump always makes me nervous. Bolts. I'm not getting a lot of health or 1-up drops in here. I guess you never get a lot of 1-up drops. And here we have a vertical room. Can't tell if there's current here or not. But it appear not, or at least not horizontally. Be careful. Don't rush things. Don't even rush jet things. Oh, that was close. And now, another current room. And a whole lot of death spikes. The good news is, these are not as threatening as they look. The bad news is, well, there's still death spikes. You stop that right now. You too. Why is nothing dropping health? And of course, in the final room, it's already green and acidic. And now it's time for the boss. Acid Man is rather fun to fight, I guess. I guess I don't remember his exact pattern. So there's his signature weapon, the acid barrier. You have to get through it before you can actually damage him. He has his acid shots like that. I'm not sure if those are aimed for you. But yeah, he's another speed gear user. Ow. Big ol' acid wave. But I can't seem to avoid getting hit by. This seems like a good occasion for turbo too. seems like he's been doing those shots in the same pattern every time. Maybe that's just because I've been jumping in the same pattern every time. I think maybe sliding toward him would be better for that. You can hit him during this, it's just not really worth it. Yeah, see, Acid Man's fairly easy. Just don't get cocky, basically. Goodbye.
Experiment failed!
We defeated Acid Man, so let's head back to base. He, as you may have surmised, gives you the barrier weapon of the game. Its power is shaped like a triangle. Press the attack button to generate an acid barrier and block incoming shots. Right whale power gear is active for a super corrosive barrier that melts enemies. So yeah, you get defense and offense. You can see the regular barrier, it doesn't do anything against the enemy itself. So, power gear, you can just do that. I think the acid shots might be a little faster too. So yeah, if you've ever wanted the Yamar option in a classic Mega Man game, this is probably the closest thing. So yeah, 5 stages down, 3 to go. And I will just save. I finally remembered to show off my save files. Yeah, it has been a while since I've played this game. At least there's a lot of time between my original playthrough when I'd intended to record it and now. Anyway, I'll see you then.